The Sunday Roundtable has gathered, and we do welcome Democratic political analyst Marianne Marston this morning and Republican political analyst Andrew Goodrich in as well. Great to see you guys. Let me just ask you, because we just heard from Chris Dempsey, and the auditor's race is a year away, right? So, the voters might be saying, I'll worry about it next year. But is it too early to assess how Chris and the state auditor's race are going, and Diana DeZoglio, how that's going?
Well, both have been on this show, and I think you see the contrast already. I mean, Chris Dempsey clearly is the outsider who beat the ultimate insiders, the biggest names in Boston power politics, to stop the Olympics from coming here. And you can see that's how he would run as auditor from his performance today. And that can be really pretty compelling with voters. And he's gotten off to a good start in terms of fundraising and everything. For a guy who's never run for anything, he's doing pretty well.
Andrew, what do you think?
Yeah, I was very curious to see how he'd kind of respond, but he was very knowledgeable. It was the clarity that he really had that was quite impressive, I thought. So I think it was a very good showing.
Okay, City Hall, Boston City Hall. The parade of problems for acting Mayor Kim Janey builds. First, she's against mandating proof of vaccination before going into restaurants or working for the city. Take a listen.
There's a long history in this country of people needing to show their papers during slavery, post-slavery, as recent as, what an immigrant population has to go through here. We heard Trump with the birth certificate nonsense. Here, we want to make sure that we are not doing anything that would further create a barrier for residents.
She later said she wished she had not used those analogies, but she did not retract her statement. What's the bottom line here, Andrew?
I think it was certainly, we could say, inelegant. But I think her ultimate point, though, if there's populations in the city that are 40, 50% that are unvaccinated, and the difficulty just to go out and get a gallon of milk, that's trouble, and I can see why that could be a problem.
And what about the analogies? Do you think that just gets wiped off based on what she said?
No, this is the most authentic we've seen Kim Janey, who's been a highly scripted, highly orchestrated acting mayor and candidate since she came on the stage with Marty Walsh's departure. And Andrea Campbell has taken advantage of that. She's really pressed her on this issue. Kim Janey did not walk it back. It's clear this is what she really believes, and Campbell is still hitting her on this, hitting her on the 911 police, sending non-police officers to mental health things. Sure enough, Kim Janey announces that this week as well. High-profile appearance on national cable. So will voters give Andrea Campbell a second look in light of this? And will this hurt Kim Janey as a result? There's over a month left, and it could all be a really determining factor. It's the one development we've really had in this race.
I want to stay with the mayor's race. I want to talk about her decision to extend Brenda Casillas' contract, only to find out that the superintendent's license had expired because she failed to take the state exam. This violates her contract with Boston. So, Marianne, where does the blame for incompetence lie?
Well, and this one is on Kim Janey. I mean, the lack of vetting continues here. She renewed her contract. They should have done their homework. You see it with the Boston police still. I mean, Marty Walsh didn't make sure she got it done while he was here, left the problem for her, and she didn't pass the test.
What, and none of it belongs with Casillas? I mean, don't you have to know what your own life is?
Of course it does. But ultimately, Kim Janey's the one who renews her contract or not, and she did.
Andrew?
Yeah, I want to pump the brakes on the outrage bandwagon a little bit. Part of the real problem, too, is just some of the red tape and bureaucracy for some of these tests and things she has to do. 30 years in the educational system. On Friday, suddenly she's unqualified, and magically overnight she's now unqualified. Part of this is some of the red tape bureaucracy that is just ridiculous for some of these officials.
But she's the only superintendent in the entire state who did not have that test done under her belt.
And did you think, is she unqualified?
No one's saying that, but that's part of the deal, and every other little town superintendent had to do it.
Okay, Marty Walsh was back in Boston this week, adding very little to why he appointed Dennis White police commissioner in his waning days as mayor. Let's take a listen.
It's unfortunate, it's just, the one situation that I feel bad about is the Dennis White situation. I made it very clear I wanted to resolve that situation before I left, and unfortunately wasn't able to.
He also didn't address the Patrick Rose controversy, but he did joke about running for mayor again. What's your read on everything that you heard, Andrew?
Yeah, sometimes it's how someone says something as opposed to exactly what they say. And he sounded like a consummate Washington insider at this point, which is surprising. And he's moved on and just trying to kind of let things pass. And that was the most disturbing part of that.
Marianne, what was your read?
It's pretty clear that Marty Walsh wished he had addressed this, but he didn't. And that's the point here. I mean, in reality, he left it for Kim Janey to clean up and yet says she did the right thing. So why didn't he get that done? So this is yet one one more step in an incremental strategy to try to rehab Marty Walsh's image with Boston voters for an inevitable, run down the road someday. Shame on the reporters who were there for not following up on this question, by the way. But voters will have their chance to follow up with Marty Walsh in the years to come.
Let's talk about Governor Baker. He's getting heat from the teachers union and gubernatorial candidates for leaving the mask mandate decision to individual cities and towns instead of a statewide edict for unvaccinated students. Will this hurt or help him with most voters, Marianne?
Once again, last week on this very show, I said, let's get in front of this and put masks back on so we can avoid these problems. And last week, only 2 counties were under mask mandates from the CDC. This week, it's 12 out of 14. So once again, leading from behind is an oxymoron. Let's get in front of this so we can have the days we used to have.
Well, leading from behind means when you shape culture and change culture to actually affect change. If you want to have people's and change their hearts and minds, that's how you're going to do it. By leaving it up to your local municipalities and folks at the local level, you're following the recommendations that they can that's best for them. And that's the best way to address some of the hesitancy that's out there.
And it's spread across the state this week.